Hello everybody and welcome to Psyklaxia. My name is Psyklax and I'd just like to take this Sunday to do a little update video just to let you guys know what's going on with my channel, what the plans are for the near future, because some of you might be wondering what's going on. So as you can see, I've already uploaded reviews of a bunch of different hacks and translations. I've had one tutorial. But I'm going to have to take a short break, and of course today I don't have a video to show you except for this update video. I'm recording this on my phone rather than a good microphone, and that's one of the reasons I haven't got another video to show you, because I've actually run out of videos that are already ready to go. So obviously I need to make some new videos in the near future, but I'm going to need to get access to a microphone. I'm going to have time to get through all of the playing and the editing process, and fortunately these days I don't have an awful lot of time on my hands. I'm incredibly busy with real life, and it would be one thing if I had 300,000 subscribers, but when I have around 37, as I do now at this time of recording, it's not something that's going to take up the not the priority, let's put it that way. But let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. So, as I said, my microphone, the microphone I'd like to use that I normally use for the videos, I haven't got access to it right now. But that will be fixed soon. As I said, I'm going to be taking a little break just for a couple of weeks, maybe, just to get together enough footage and enough content for the channel that I'll be able to regularly update. You'll notice that every Sunday at the same time, 9:15 UTC, and the reason for that is that, you know, I could obviously upload something slightly more regularly or less regularly, but I think doing a regular schedule is better for everybody. It keeps people in the loop, keeps people knowing what's going on. So moving on to a few things, you may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, that on the top of my thumbnails there are little coloured bands. There is a reason for that, but I never explained what it was. So just in case you were wondering, red colours on the top of thumbnails are for hack reviews, blue colours are for translation reviews, and the green is for the tutorials. I haven't used anything else yet, but if I ever do a review of any homebrew games, which I'm sure I will soon, I'll probably use yellow, I imagine. As for other ideas that I might have, other things to put on the channel, maybe I'll use a different colour, who knows, magenta, I don't know, or black or something else, or maybe no colour at all, who knows. The point is, obviously I will be doing more hack reviews and translation reviews, and maybe some homebrews. I'd like to do that. And obviously I know that you guys, some of you have been asking about the tutorials. That is the reason I started the channel in the first place, was to do tutorials. That's what I wanted to do. But the problem is, making a tutorial is a lot more work than doing a review of a hack. Basically, you have to not only script everything from scratch about that topic, you have to stick to the right topic and make sure that it all makes sense and it's understandable. And then, of course, you have to get all of the graphics and design everything for the video. And it's a lot of work compared to just playing a game, editing together the footage and talking about it. It's a lot easier. And so I thought you guys might prefer to at least see something every week, even if it's not a tutorial, rather than seeing one tutorial every 2 months or something, because I just don't have time to do anything more than that. But the good news is that the second tutorial, which, as you know, is, if you look to the end of the last one, is about assembly and programming languages, that's already scripted. It's all ready to go. I just need to do the video, basically, which is going to take, shouldn't take too long, but again, finding the time at the moment is not easy. But it will be up there, and so any of you guys who are wondering what assembly is, how different programming languages work, how computers understand this stuff, well, you're going to find out soon, hopefully. I have some other ideas of things I'd like to do for the channel. Obviously the main focus is supposed to be to do with hacks. That's kind of the ROM hacking is kind of why I started the channel in the first place. But there are other things I'm interested in too. For example, I thought about during the 90s when I was when I had my Super Nintendo. That was the first big console that I had. I was a regular subscriber to Nintendo Magazine System, the official Nintendo magazine, but before it was called Official Nintendo Magazine. And really, I think when they changed it to Official Nintendo Magazine, they lost something. It pretty much just became a bit like Nintendo Power in the United States, as in just some advertising pamphlet almost. Whereas when it was Nintendo Magazine System, it really was something, a good magazine. It didn't feel like just marketing on behalf of Nintendo. It really felt like a very fair, balanced, and interesting magazine. And I've got a huge collection of the issues still, and I thought it might be interesting to go through each issue and imagine that we were reading it at that time to give you some context of what it was like, especially from the UK perspective, because a lot of people on YouTube will only see things from the American perspective of the Super Nintendo, so I thought it'd be interesting to look at it from the UK view. But also look at it with the benefit of hindsight. Maybe some of the future previews and things that were in there, we could see it now, so many years later, to see what actually happened. Okay, another idea that I've got though is to look at the Japanese computers that used to be very, very distinct from those in the West. Because obviously if you look in Japanese on the internet you can find plenty of information, but at the moment in English it's often rather scattered and not really clearly defined. It's very hard to find out good videos which just explain exactly what these computers were. So we're talking about things like the PC-88, the PC-98, all the other ones like the MSX, of course, and things like that. And I just think doing some videos about that would be interesting for me. I don't know if it'd be interesting for you. It's a little bit of a diversion from the regular content, but it is still at least connected with computing. So it kind of seems logical. Okay, and the final thing is I just, obviously, I've done reviews of hacks. I hope that these hacks have been interesting for you guys. Maybe you've given them a try. But I'm always interested to find out if there's any new hacks or old hacks that you guys are aware of and you'd like me to take a look at. Because if they're interesting to me, then I will maybe do a review. I'm always looking out for different things. You may have noticed that if you look through all the videos that I've got, they all I try to be as varied as possible. You've seen things from the NES, from the SNES, I think. Did I do one for the SNES? I don't remember. But one's from the Genesis, from Game Boy, and I tried to do as many different systems as I could for these reviews because I thought it would be more interesting than just sticking to something like the NES, for example. So, but if there's anything out there that you guys would like me to review, then please tell me in the comments. I'm interested. Okay, that's about all I have to mention, really. I think it's pretty clear, everything that I need to say. So I'll leave you now. So have a good week, and I might see you soon, but, well, we'll see. Bye-bye.